It's stuck. Oh, no.
Dude, it's been doing that.
On air.
Welcome to Drinkin Bros, presented by GhostBed.com.
Yeah, welcome to the Monday morning recap show right around 5 o'clock Eastern. I mean, we're
Hitting
early.
our stride.
Really hitting our stride.
Morning.
today.
You know where it's morning?
Where?
The islands.
At your mom's
God,
house.
I can't do that.
What
I can't.
islands? Oh, you're talking about...
Hawaii.
It's actually not. It's like 1
Mahalo,
p.m. It's
Bob.
1 p.m. But mahalo.
Mahalo to you. You look like a child next to me, like a little tiny child.
Thank you.
Neither him nor Dan
Most
know how to
people-
sit in a chair. Look how tall he is compared to other Dan.
That's true, man.
This is ridiculous.
It's weird. It's really weird. Go back to Bob.
It's 11:49 a.m. in Hawaii right now.
It looks like you look like Home Alone,
Literally.
like a little child.
It's the backwards hat.
I'm into that. See, here's the
Okay.
thing. Most people, most idiots, they go for mass and a rugged look. Mm-hmm. I go for lean and a boyish sort of like tee-hee type of vibe.
You
will
are a
say, though-
discarded child from Sandlot.
That was super gay. You sounded like Roman from Succession right there.
That's who I want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
that's-
everybody wants to be a
everybody
fucking
kinda
billionaire.
wants to be that.
Yeah.
well,
A drug addict billionaire that, well, he doesn't fuck, though. That's weird.
He doesn't.
yeah. Do you want to be Roman on that show? I don't want to be Roman.
Minus the fucking.
Now, on that show, if I was anybody on that show, I would be Greg.
No,
'Cause-
Greg.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Give me Tom all day.
Nah. Well, Tom, lately, Tom, but originally, Greg had the most options of anybody.
Sure.
I feel like if you give me Greg from day one, I can make the most out of that situation.
And you're also like 7 feet tall, so like
Yeah.
in real life, women will just approach you, and you have money too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be dunking on people all the time.
Um,
Well, I think he and I are the same height, actually, but just compared to all the midgets in that show, he looks so much. Now, he's like 6'2".
No. He is literally 6'8".
Holy shit.
He's tall as shit.
Let's get him.
let's get him.
Put out an APB on Greg, because
Let's get him.
I'm not allowing a 6'8" guy to be walking around looking like that.
Let's get him. Rob O'Neill was on the show earlier. It was a blast. We gave him a solo stove on the way out of here, and he goes, "What the fuck is a solo stove?" You don't need to know.
It was from BattleBox,
I'm just
which is
going
one
to
of
tell
our
him
new
it's
sponsors.
a need-to-know basis.
I actually just got my first BattleBox subscription in the mail yesterday.
Those things
It's-
are dope as fuck,
it is,
dude.
It is fucking dope. Like, there's all kinds of cool shit in there for camping, for murdering,
Yeah.
all sorts of stuff.
Are you
Well, it
now
is for a
ready
little
for
bit of A and a
battle?
little bit of B, right?
What? Battle?
Yeah, it's a battle box. Are you now ready for battle?
You ready
Yeah.
for battle? You're ready to survive is what you're ready to do. Speaking of which, anybody watch the NBA All-Star game
I did.
this weekend? The
Yeah.
extravaganza.
I caught it.
Did you watch the dunk contest? We'll start with that.
No.
No.
No, I
contest
didn't
dead.
watch the dunk contest. I did watch part of the celebrity game, and I got to tell you, if
How
you
was Jack Harlow?
well,
Could he ball?
no.
Like Tyler Hero?
But what I did learn was that Machine Gun Kelly doesn't have any muscle on his entire body, and he's never played sports.
But he's also got 0% body fat.
Was he in that?
yeah.
My God, man, that guy's everywhere.
There was
It
a.
was well, it's Cleveland, and that's
Is he a Cleveland guy?
yeah.
No shit.
With the Paul brothers
the,
there.
The land, the
Yeah,
song,
yeah.
that's him.
Were the Paul brothers there?
I didn't see that. They weren't playing at the game. They're that's below them, I think, at this point.
It used to be the thing. Like, I remember everybody would get amped about that, and then the celebrity softball game before the All-Star game. If you made that, you had made it in life. Were people just over it this year? Because I feel like that's how they were about the slam dunk contest.
Well, Shaq and Charles both said during the pregame for the All-Star game that was the worst dunk contest they've ever seen. Like, they literally said
They
this
get
is
better
the
with
worst.
age.
Yeah.
Just because they're just like old curmudgeons.
Well, so let me ask you this, because somebody on Twitter had a great comment of, I forget what analyst it was, but he said the reason why the dunk contest is so shitty is because you've already seen all the cool shit you could possibly see, and there's just not enough creativity left in dunks to really add much more to what you've already seen.
And there's only so much the human body can do.
Right.
Right. Like what else is there?
Dunk from the free throw line is easy now.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, didn't Zach LaVine do a 360 from the free throw line?
Pretty close.
The
yeah.
first year that
Griffin did one over a car from the free throw line.
So I think
Yeah.
now you've either got to jump from half court or do something else. Like you've got to jump over
think that's
somebody
possible.
and dunk, and then pull out a fucking saber and just slice their fucking head off.
yeah.
Or something.
You got
I
to
don't
do
know.
something with props, and
Yeah.
it never works out. I remember a few years ago, I forget who it was. He blew out a candle on a cupcake.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
stupid.
That was dumb.
Yeah.
And you couldn't.
But the attempt was there.
Yes, but it didn't translate visually.
Correct.
But even the 3-point competition, I don't give a fuck about that.
I do. That's,
Like,
that's the one thing I care about.
That's whoever's hot that day.
So who
That
won the
doesn't mean
3-point
shit to me.
competition?
I don't know. I didn't watch
Carl Anthony Towns.
Shut the fuck up.
Cat, baby.
Whoever's got the
you
stroke.
kidding?
Whoever's got
No,
the
I'm
stroke
not, I'm
that
not
day.
joking. Cat won.
Was Steph Curry not in it?
No, he didn't do it. But
I don't think so, yeah.
I think whoever's just got the stroke that day just wins.
Yeah.
That's how shooting threes works. Like the best 3-point shooter of all time is obviously Steph Curry, but I've watched him go 0 for 11 in a game.
It's
Right.
like a home run derby, right?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't,
Like
like
if your swing's a little off that day, you're just rusty or have a bad angle or whatever, you're going to lose. Doesn't matter how great you are. So it's not entertaining. If it's that easily defeated, that's not really entertaining to me.
Yeah, I still like the 3-point contest. The dunk contest, I'm over. I don't necessarily think it's because of the creativity factor. I think when you don't have the top talent who are actually doing it, like why isn't Giannis doing it? He's fucking young. He can throw down. Why isn't LeBron? Why has he never fucking done the goddamn competition? Ever. He's 37 years old, 38. He's never done it in 20 years of playing in the fucking league.
Because he doesn't want to lose.
Kobe did it.
He doesn't look like a
Jordan
clown.
did it.
Remember
Jordan,
when,
that's the way to do it. You do it when you're young,
Yeah.
and you win a couple, and then you just never do it again.
But do you remember LeBron James basketball camp one year? Not the year I went when he clowned me, but there was a kid that dunked on LeBron, and they had all the footage scrubbed off the internet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's because he knows people in China,
Yeah.
and that's what they do is scrub things from the internet.
He knows. He knows everybody in China. Speaking of which, Bill Maher went in on him real hard on Friday nights and said, "Fuck you." That hey, you need to start standing up and doing shit. LeBron's not going to do anything about it. He didn't respond to Bill Maher at all, which is shocking. That video went around everywhere.
I'm fairly confident that despite the fact that they have shows on the same network, LeBron James has no idea who Bill Maher is.
Yeah, I could probably vouch for that.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
No,
I
he has
100%
no
don't
idea
think
who
so.
the fuck Bill Maher is.
No one in his team was just like, "Hey, dude, do you want to answer this?"
I have even less faith that anyone else on his team knows who Bill Maher is. I don't think Anthony Davis is like, you hear what Maher said about you?
Well, I think
Maher fucked you up. Russell Westbrook's like, bro,
do you mean
do?
like his business team? Because you don't stay on LeBron's team very long if you're questioning LeBron.
Well,
true.
unless you're Rich Paul. But like Rich Paul, if there's one person that probably knows who Bill Maher is, it's Rich Paul.
Yes.
Who is dating Adele, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
He's pretty locked
in
into
that,
pop culture.
He's in that circle.
And they're both on HBO, even though he only does one podcast every 3 years, I think. If we're calling it that, The Shop. Have you seen it?
He's not on the shop very often, but that show's on regularly, right?
Yeah.
No. If
Rich
you
Paul?
Go back and look at the episodes. It was like 3 episodes in season 2, and you're like, what the fuck were you doing? What are you doing
That's
with all
why
your time and money?
I'll always be Team Durant because he's available for like literally every podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he also like somebody. They didn't even tag him. It was some kid on Twitter posted a fucking video of him doing a move, and it was a clear fucking double dribble or something. But it was like one of those and one style moves. Nobody even tagged Durant in it, but the guy posted on the internet. It went viral, kinda, and then Durant just like, this move was trash.
Yeah, I love that.
It's like
Yeah.
a fucking 13-year-old kid.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Fuck 'em.
put them in their place.
Yep.
Fuck them. They got to know.
Kids trying to hot dog.
Durant has time for everything.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Durant,
does, yeah.
and he's moved on from his burner accounts, and now he puts his name on everything, which
Yeah.
I appreciate.
So do I. But he's also got a lot of money tied up in the tech world, so like I think that's his next move anyways. I think what he's doing makes sense for his brand and everything else. The reason why he wanted to be in New York was I know his investment firm is there, so he can take all the meetings in person and all that shit. So he believes in it, clearly.
Also, kind of part owner of the Nets is Alibaba or one of the
Oh,
guys
no
from-
shit.
Well, it
One of
was.
the-
one of the
I think
guys.
they bought that guy out, didn't they?
Jack
Or-
Ma-
no,
yeah.
it was a Russian guy before.
It was a Russian oligarch 1st He's been bought out for
Yeah,
a
he's
minute.
been gone.
That was like 2018.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, hold on. Is this guy sketchy? Like, what do we know about him? And it's like, yeah, of course he's fucking sketchy.
He's a Russian oligarch. That's pretty much all you
Yeah.
need to know.
That's all you need to know.
It's just like, no, literally, like, there was a moment where the primary owner of an NBA team, as close as you could to confirm as possible, murdered people. Like, as absolutely close as you could get to the line without him being convicted.
That's not the most egregious thing. He lied because he said if I didn't bring a championship to the Nets in 5 years, he would get married. Didn't do it.
No
Not
shit.
a man of his word.
No.
Sold the franchise, though.
Yeah. Well, he had to, I think. Jay-Z got out of there, too.
Well, Jay-Z owned like 0.0001% of the Nets.
Yeah, he owned 1 ETH. The Nets.
So did you guys watch the All-Star game itself, then?
I did, yeah. I watched the first half.
Okay.
I was out at Latin night on Dirty Six last night. And I caught the end of.
There it is.
Dan was on a Bumble date.
Well, let's not.
That's fine. Yeah.
Let's not bring that story up. But all right.
One more time, Giorgio, for that. Thank you. Thank you, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dan, it's the only story we need to talk about.
No.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
So you were on a Bumble date. Now, how did that go?
No comment?
All right, the NBA All-Star game. You did not watch it.
No, I watched it.
You did?
I was out on Dirty Six, and I was just watching it the entire time.
Okay, how was it?
I enjoy it. I enjoy their new scoring system where, like...
Yeah, it's per quarter.
But, and then...
It's like the first to 25 or so, or not the first to 25, but they play a full quarter, and whomever wins that quarter, $100,000 goes to their charity of choice.
And then the final score is indicated by, what is it, either the final score of a half or third quarter where they add... I forget what it is, but
yeah, I don't remember.
They have like a targeted score that they have to get to, which I enjoy because then guys kind of like know to play harder towards the end.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like the futures game is the same now. Like it's a race to a certain point total, which is that seems in basketball that might be interesting to do in general.
Yeah,
but like let's just say you set the point total at 115. Whoever gets to 115 first wins the game.
Right.
Fuck 48 minutes. Play to 115. That's pretty fucking interesting to me because people get wild as fuck. Like if you're up 105 to 98, you can go on a run and still win that game. But if you got 2 minutes left and that's the game, then you can't win that game. But if it's just the scores and you have to get to 115, you could still kind of win that game.
Kind of puts a way bigger premium on defense.
Yeah,
right.
A much and also efficient offense.
Yeah,
right. Like not wasting possessions, which you do when you have the look at how teams use the last 8 minutes of the game versus how teams use the last 2 to 3 minutes of the game. It's way different. There's a lot more wild ass shots with 8 minutes left. I think it would be interesting to see some play like that.
And Steph Curry won the MVP.
Yeah, I won money on that. Yeah.
Shattered the 3-point mark.
Yeah, 2 days. I guess it was Saturday or Friday night or something. I think before the skills competition or maybe during it or after it or whatever the fuck. I don't know what order it's in. But he said he was going to try to break the record for most threes, and I was like, all right, cool. He's going to win the MVP. Obviously, whoever gets the most points always wins the MVP. So, I bet.
Did not break Anthony Davis's record, though.
No, it's 52.
What was the final point total?
Curry scored 50.
He scored 50. How many?
So he was 16
16
for 27 from 3.
Whew.
I think the old record was 11. I think.
And still, Anthony Davis scored more points than him.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis scored 52 one year. Yeah.
Yeah, and now he's on the IR for the 90th time.
Yeah, he's Charles Barkley calls Anthony Davis street clothes. That's his nickname for him. And Anthony Davis does not like it, by the way.
We need to find out how to get Barkley on the show.
Oh, yeah, we'll get him. He's going to retire in 2 years.
We've actually had conversations with his people. It's like he's down. It's just schedule for him.
I would say fuck even like zooming him in. Meet that the next time that cruise in San Antonio. Just fucking pop down.
He can talk about the fat girls, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Pop down there.
But yeah, we chatted about it actually a couple months ago. And he's down as long as the schedule permits. Those guys are, I agree, they're getting better with age because they just don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Shaq and all this. And they held on to their money, so they're super rich.
But Charles Barkley says his contract is up 3 seasons from now, and he said he's going to retire after that. So I guess my thinking has always been that Draymond would take over for Charles at some point.
Well, he just signed a deal.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's going to be retired by then.
Draymond Green?
Yeah.
He should be.
Because he's only like 31.
Chuck said he doesn't want to die on television. I think he'll probably re-up.
I think he'll do one more.
Yeah.
And then I think Draymond will take over after that. Because Draymond was their sideline reporter last night for the game. And Charles and
how'd he do?
He's always great. But Charles and Shaq are talking mad shit about the Lakers.
Uh-huh.
And like with Draymond on the broadcast, and Draymond's like, "Yeah, it's funny. Like we still got to play them." I'm not trying to piss off LeBron because he's still pretty good at basketball. So let's calm the fuck down here.
Circling back to the shop or whatever, did you see the episode that Draymond was on?
I did, yeah.
With Tom Brady, he was fucking great on that. Like he was just like, I mean, he's as candid as you could, as Charles Barkley.
Draymond's gonna make more money in production after his career than he made in basketball for sure.
I agree,
100%. Unless he gets caught saying the N-word.
Well,
he already showed his penis to the world.
Yeah, that's not a big deal. You just can't say the N-word.
He's one of those guys where I like the personality better than the player. I don't really enjoy watching him play that much. But I mean, his personality is fucking awesome.
If you were watching him play for the Detroit Pistons, it would be boring as fuck. But when you got two of the best shooters in the history of basketball, or three, when you had Durant on that team, then it's really fucking exciting.
Yeah, when like scoring is like your seventh option.
Yeah.
In your arsenal of skill sets, you're probably not that enjoyable of a player to watch.
No.
Well, that's why he kicks penises.
Yeah. Well, I do enjoy watching a 6'6" guy guard centers in the NBA pretty effectively.
Yeah.
Like that's an impressive thing to be able to do.
Hey, he's no Ben Wallace.
I mean, he was.
Nobody is Ben Wallace.
I know, but Ben Wallace, I don't think we talk enough about how small Ben Wallace is.
Yeah, he was like 6'7" and a half.
He's like 6'2".
Shut down Fat Shaq.
Yeah.
But the afro, that's why he had the afro.
I think Ben Wallace
he was actually 6'2" without the afro.
Yeah.
Well, that's a Chevy Chase thing. But I think Ben Wallace is probably the best defensive player in the history of the NBA. Like for size to talent ratio, the ability to play, like he could play in today's NBA playing out on the wing too. Like he would be able to guard those guys on the wing. You can't say that about a lot of those guys.
Yeah.
Draymond's one of them too. Like he could play defense against anybody on the court. You just can't say that about a lot of people.
Why was the NBA All-Star Game in Cleveland?
I don't know why Cleveland gets any attention.
I don't either.
It fucking sucks. The city sucks. All the people there suck. The franchises there suck.
The NBA always feels bad for Cleveland.
Yeah.
It's like LeBron was there, he left, they gave him the picks, did it again.
They didn't use them well.
No.
And now he's saying he's leaving the door open to return to Cleveland if his son ends up getting drafted by Cleveland. There's all this fucking talk about Bronny James and LeBron wanting to play with his son, but is he good enough?
But low key too, Cleveland's good this year.
Yeah.
Cavs are good. Evan Mobley was probably the best draft pick of this past
USC, baby.
Yeah.
What's Bronny James going to do? Is he going to be any fucking good?
We'll see
I
how
don't
he
know any
grows.
superstar's kid that is great.
We'll see how he grows. I mean, usually
Ken Griffey Jr.
Like Ken Griffey Jr. is
Tim
better.
Hardaway Jr.
That's why, but there.
Barry Bonds was better than Bobby Bonds. Cal Ripken was better than Bill Senior. Bill Senior.
Cal Ripken Jr.
Or
Steph Curry.
Cal Jr. Yeah, Steph Curry was better than
Del
his dad.
Curry though is just a normal dude.
Yeah, you're talking about like a star player.
A superstar.
Here's the thing though. So he's a four-star.
Bobby Bonds was the first guy to ever go 30-30, I believe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did
was
it.
good, but
he
it
did
wasn't like
he went 30-30 5 times. Bobby Bonds was legit.
It wasn't like Hank Aaron's kid or fucking Babe Ruth's kid or something like that.
Babe Ruth.
We don't know about
had a daughter.
Babe Ruth's kids.
Yeah, that's true. Several of Babe Ruth's children could have
Yeah,
played.
Babe Ruth is basically Genghis Khan for baseball players.
Evil Knievel Jr.
Shut up, bitch.
Yeah, but I
Well, at least Mickey Mantle for sure, right? Like Mickey, there's definitely like dozens of Mickey Mantles.
I would
running
cross-reference Mike Trout's looks with Mickey Mantle's looks just to be safe. But I mean, Bronny's a junior. He's a 4-star. He's only blue bloods and high P5s are recruiting him. He could. I mean, he could totally do it. I doubt he comes out as a freshman or after freshman year.
Well, he's going to come out. We'll see, right?
Yeah.
Because that might be LeBron's last year.
Right.
But that's the 23 season. So right now, Cleveland has Darius Garland and Evan Mobley and fucking Jarrett Allen, all of whom are under 23. Mm-hmm. So they're going to be like 26 by the time Bronny comes out. And you add Bronny as a 7th or 8th guy on that bench probably to LeBron James back in Cleveland. That's a pretty good fucking team.
Yeah, also, speaking of Jarrett Allen, why were people dragging him online for his clothes at the All-Star game? He was just wearing a hoodie and like joggers. And people were like, man, his fit is trash.
Yeah, because he didn't come out dressed in like
dude.
And a Steve Harvey
like
suit.
some stupid bullshit.
Everyone's
like, "Oh, did you see his fit?" Like, you look like a fucking mongoloid. What are you doing?
Right.
Dude?
This is
like
why,
you look like the Riddler. You've got a fucking bright ass neon colored suit with a bunch of question marks on it.
Yeah.
That's the Riddler.
Every-
He was
Everyone
wearing
dresses like
like
a
Travis
cocaine dealer
Matthew,
from
and
the
all of a
future.
sudden, like, it's a bad look.
Yeah.
no one
fuck off.
dresses worse than NBA players. No one.
No one.
And suits don't fit
awful.
you well when you're that tall.
Well, the people that do supposedly lead the league, I suppose, and being fucking, oh, he's one of the best dressed guys, like Russell Westbrook. Like, oh, you've got some cardboard glasses on, dude. That's so hip.
Yeah.
You look like a fucking idiot.
Well, so they looked awesome like 10 years ago when this started. But the problem is it went the way of the dunk contest where they're just like trying to figure out what the fuck else is left to do.
It's become high fashion.
Right.
And nobody actually wears that shit in real life.
The only person I respect with that in that like space is Cam Newton.
No.
I'll give you Cam Newton. Yeah.
He can pull it off.
With
Yeah.
the hats.
Yeah.
No, he looks like a fucking idiot.
The cigars, everything.
Idiot.
I need someone to come in dressed
Hair,
like John Stockton
idiot.
every day. I want someone in Dockers and a fucking tucked in plaid
Of
shirt.
course you
Tim
do,
Duncan.
you white man.
Yeah, yeah.
And when he wears
New
shorts,
Balances.
when he wears shorts, they better be mid-thigh or higher.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you got to get the fuck out.
No,
Karl Malone.
that's what happened to Tim Duncan. That's why his wife cheated on him.
Did she?
Yeah,
What happened there?
personal trainer.
Oh, I thought
Really?
that she just was annoyed that he powered down so early at night
That's probably it.
because he's a fucking robot.
Well,
yeah.
doesn't he literally have a sleeve tat now of like a robotic arm?
Probably.
Does he really?
He does.
No fucking way, dude. All
Like-
right. Is Tim Duncan secretly cool and we don't know about it?
No.
Nah, I don't think
Tim
so.
Duncan watches the TV off.
I've hung out with his kid a couple times.
Really?
He lives in San Antonio. Yeah, he's like Justin Governal is friends with him.
No shit.
He's the
Honestly,
greatest
is he
power
cool?
forward of all time, though.
Yes. 100%.
He wouldn't be now. He would have to play the 5 now, unless he learned how to shoot the 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
he
In
can't
today's
play,
NBA, yeah.
And he can't play defense on the wing either. Although he was at the time he was pretty mobile for a big man. Now not so much.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, he could hit a 12-foot jumper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, but you know what's his nuts? Formerly in San Antonio,
Tony Parker.
came from Toronto.
DeRozan?
DeRozan has brought back the mid-range jump shot. Mm-hmm. Like there was a couple of years where people were kind of on him about it, but now it's like he hits the 19-footers. Leave him alone.
You know who has the most efficient third most efficient offense in the NBA, and they get almost all of it from jumpers?
It's fucking Chicago, right?
No, it's the Suns.
Oh, really? Shit.
They are in the bottom
Chris
of the league.
Paul is that guy too.
Yeah.
He likes the 18, 19-footer.
Yeah.
They're in the bottom of the league in layups, free throws, and three-pointers, and they're the third most efficient offense in the NBA.
I think Chicago is super dangerous in the playoffs if they're healthy.
Bring it.
Like fucking
Give us that
Zach
smoke.
LaVine and DeRozan are having a pretty good year,
Yeah.
right? And whenever the ball gets back, he's improved. He's still not as good as his
He was
brother.
always a good passer, though. Like,
Yeah.
he doesn't need – he's like a better Ricky Rubio. You know what I mean? Like, you don't
Yeah.
need him to shoot a three or
They
anything
have
like
zero answers for Embiid, so I'm okay.
Yeah,
with it.
so
Nobody
look,
in the league has any answer for Embiid.
But let's switch to that since we are at the All-Star break. We're the halfway point. Who wins the NBA title?
Fucking Sixers.
No.
Like it's ring or bust. Like we're winning this. Harden, Maxey, Embiid.
We'll see.
This is our year.
Anthony, who do you got?
I think that the Suns probably win.
Okay.
But we'll see. It depends on how we won't really know what shape everybody's in until mid to late March. Like if Ball comes back healthy, if Harden gels with the Sixers, if Clay playing back-to-backs and playing every single game, if he gets back into the rhythm, if Draymond comes back healthy, shit like that, if fucking Chris Paul, who's now out for 6 to 8 weeks, comes back healthy, we'll see. I don't know. It depends on who's healthy.
But now that every team makes the playoffs, I'm sure the Lakers will find a way into like at least
No.
the Western Conference Finals.
No way.
No way.
No, they're so bad.
They're not.
Bobby
They are.
3-6. Who do you got?
Man, the Eastern Conference is gross.
Yep.
And as much as I love James Harden, and I actually think the Sixers are probably the best bet to win the East. It's either Sixers or the Bulls.
I'm being
but
a
I'll
homer,
be the
but
Sixers.
I mean, honestly, the Bucks will probably they'll probably win the East.
Oh yeah, the Bucks are ridiculous. Man, I'm going with the Suns. You know who I want to see in the finals, but probably won't make it is the fucking Grizzlies. Just Ja Morant. I want Ja Morant to get his due, the way that Mike Conley never did.
Yeah.
I
just don't think they have enough weapons.
I don't either.
But I like the Suns. I think the Suns are a fucking like horse right now.
It's hard to bet like on the West because the Suns have shown they can do it. You know the fucking Warriors can do it. The Grizzlies have played really well. I think they're one guy short.
West
to be
this year is
honest.
kind of top heavy though. It's
It
kind of
is, yeah.
flipped. The East is a little bit more has a little more depth.
Depth, yeah.
Is a lot of mediocrity depth?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
in the NBA, it is.
so, but the Jazz, I think,
Jazz are underrated.
The Jazz this might be the year that they fucking finally get over the hump
Yeah.
and make it into the finals. I don't know.
I mean, their guard situation there with fucking Mitchell, Clarkson, and Conley, that's fucking great. And Gobert in the middle. Gobert is an answer for Embiid if they do face off in the finals.
Okay. No.
Yes.
He's going to fucking hand him his lunch.
All right.
He'll score a lot, but that'll be the only person on the team that does. You know what I mean? Like, we'll see how
It's not
he
going to be
gels.
efficient.
We'll see how he gels with Harden. Fucking Gobert is a good defender.
Yeah.
Like at the rim, he's a good defender without getting into foul trouble a lot. So we'll see
And
how that
Gobert will
goes.
spit in his mouth.
That's true.
give
He'll
him
touch
coat.
all the mics.
Yeah.
I think the Bucks repeat, but I think it's Bucks Sixers to go to the finals, and I think the winner of that wins it all. The West, look, I think the Warriors could be great out of there. I don't know that we've seen the best yet out of them. I mean, they started off really fucking hot, on fire, and they lost like 6 or 7 in a row. So it's tough because I don't believe in the Suns. I think Paul's too old. I think he missed his window. Last year was it. And since he didn't win last year, I don't think he wins at all.
Brutal to blow that too early. But you know what? I thought it was I thought the Braves were never going to get back after blowing that Dodgers shit, and then they come back the next fucking year. And I really like whatever Paul tasted. Like he now knows like this is for sure his last year.
Yeah.
Like if he can't do it this year,
And he's still got a lot of weapons around him. The issue that I have with Golden State is that they don't really have a tall guy.
yeah.
Right? Like their center is still Kevon Looney, and he's 6'7". You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like because of that, they have to play a very efficient game to be able to win. And they play an efficient game like 85% of the time. But if you have a bad run of 2 or 3 games, you're fucked in a 7-game series. So I that's why I lean more on the Suns. I think even without Paul in the lineup, they still can win. And I don't think that's the case for one of the big 3 from Golden State. If Steph or Clay or Draymond are out, I don't think they can win.
Yeah.
Well, let's not sleep on Andrew Wiggins starting
Yeah.
all-star Andrew
Sorry,
Wiggins.
start-
Yeah, but
That'd be
Andrew
awesome.
Wiggins plays better when those other guys are fucking taking the attention off of him. That's why he's so good this year. It's because he's surrounded by
Right.
He doesn't have to be the guy.
Yeah.
He's like a fucking dude on the D line on the other side of TJ
Yeah.
Watt. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
someone else is drawing the doubles, and he's just
And, he's Maple Jordan, so
Maple Jordan. We're not doing that.
barf.
that's his nickname.
We're not doing that. What we are doing, though, is mybookie.com. Promo code Drinkin' Bros will double your deposit up to $1,000. I got desperate this weekend on mybookie.com. Real goddamn desperate on there.
What'd you
What
do?
happened?
NASCAR.
Oh boy.
I only do it for the Daytona 500, and that's it. And every year, I hate that I bet on it. Congratulations, mybookie.com. You took $600 away from me because I put 100 on 6 different cars,
Right.
just to do it.
None of them hit.
Not one, not one, and that's
Who
God
won?
damn it, dude? A rookie. Never even heard of the guy before.
Okay.
and he's bald, and that always freaks me out when a bald rookie. When you're
Like
like,
a
oh, okay,
23-year-old that's bald?
cool. Yeah, like it's tough to guess an age on this guy. And they were like, oh man, I'm so happy for him. I've never heard of him. Never heard of this person.
Okay.
It doesn't have a famous lineage.
No.
So it was a disappointment for me.
Are we sure it wasn't a simulation?
That
A create-a-player situation?
I wish it was. Black Rifle actually had a driver in there, and they had a car that
They
they were on
always do.
car.
They always do, yeah.
And dude, if they finished top 10 this year, it was impressive. But here's what I hate about the Daytona 500 and most NASCAR events. You can just smash into somebody like the leader. There was a guy winning the race, and it was like, great, 6 laps left. Smash in the back of him. There goes his entire day. 8 hours worth of fucking driving in the heat and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
And then your day is done for nothing.
Yeah,
Just,
well,
I mean,
smashed
just nothing.
into
So
Avoid them. I don't know.
it's a race, right?
It is.
So he should have been faster.
Yeah.
But you can only go so fast.
No.
That's
No.
the thing.
Should have been faster.
There's-
Shouldn't have gotten smashed into.
Yeah.
Isn't
That-
it's a restrictor plate, right?
I just don't, I don't like the attitude.
I don't know enough about NASCAR, but I think it's unrestricted at Daytona.
It's restrictor plates on short courses, but Daytona's the biggest. It's the opening race of the year usually, and it's
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's their Super Bowl.
I
and
just know it's a
week
good
1.
time. Yeah.
So it looks like a great time. Everybody's asked us to do it. We should do it one year now.
I've
that
been.
Black Rifles.
Well, Evan
every
was
year.
down
you've been
there.
Yeah, I've been.
Evan,
Oh, yeah. Evan and Matt was down there,
Yeah, he was down there with Jarrett's parents, and his. So Evan has this stamp that just says coffee.
Yep.
And he carries it around with an ink pad in his pocket. And anytime he just gets fucking bored or drunk or whatever, he starts stamping coffee on people.
Yeah. And it looked like they were inside the pit, and he was stamping Jared's parents.
Well, that's what you get when you sponsor a whole NASCAR.
Well, here's what makes me laugh, by the way.
Do you get in the pit and try to love someone?
Yeah, you do.
Don't do that.
You do. Here's what makes me laugh. Where was Jared? His parents were there.
Jared
Matt was
here.
there. Evan was there.
Jared was here at Rally Ready, right down the street.
Doing what?
They're recording some fucking commercial this weekend.
But it's the fucking Daytona 500. You have a car in it. That is Rally Ready. That's probably Rally Ready's dream, is to have a car in
Well, he
Daytona
probably had to
500.
fix his Subaru.
Yeah, I feel like Jared zigs when everyone else zags.
Yeah. He's already done that. Why would you do something for the second time? That doesn't make sense.
But everybody asks on this, like the listener-wise on this show, why we don't do more NASCAR shit. It's like, it's too unpredictable where, again, you could just take the wrong turn and that's it, and you're out of there. It's not necessarily the most talented person that wins every year.
Well, except for Jimmy Johnson, who won 7 years in a row.
Right, and you need one of those guys, and I feel like they're all gone. You had Jeff Gordon, you had Jimmy Johnson, you had Dale Earnhardt.
Everyone hated Gordon and Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, because Gordon, everybody thought he was gay.
Yeah.
He wasn't like
The Rainbow Warrior.
saying the
Rainbow
N-word
Warrior.
all the
Rainbow
time,
Warrior.
I guess. And then Jimmy Johnson was from like Northern Illinois, I think, or
Yeah.
something like that. He like spoke English.
I hated
Yeah.
Jeff Gordon because he was sponsored by DuPont.
You're
Poison in our water.
Yeah.
You guys are forgetting the whole junior era.
There
Yeah,
was
no,
no junior era.
Junior.
Dale
look,
Earnhardt Jr. was a mediocre NASCAR driver.
Yeah,
Let's
he,
be fucking
he,
real about that.
yeah, he was. He didn't have that many wins.
Sorry.
He didn't.
He won
He just
Daytona.
had
did.
Budweiser. He had a Budweiser jumpsuit, so he looked cool.
Here's what it was. I fucking rooted for him
Oh,
because
Jimmy
of his
Johnson's
dad.
from California.
I wanted him to be
Right.
the best.
Right.
I wanted it to happen, but he wasn't Jimmy Johnson. He wasn't Jeff Gordon.
He didn't
Like,
die, so I would argue he's better than his dad.
Oh, boy.
Touche.
Touche. There you go. Good job, kind sir.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
we've lost Dale Earnhardt. Jack Mandeville used to make videos all the time. Jack Mandeville used to make videos where it would be like something happening, and all of a sudden it would cut to that press conference where they were announcing Jeff Gordon.
I'm
Dale
gonna
Earnhardt's
do
death.
that on a video today in honor of Jack Mandeville.
Yeah,
I'm gonna end one of my videos on Instagram with that.
I do appreciate Dale Earnhardt's death, though, because he died like he lived. Fast.
Oh, I thought you were going to say so there was something about slamming
A quarter
the
mile
wall.
at a time. Yeah. Either way, we rooted for Junior because he was Dale's kid, but that was about it. He didn't really deliver. Besides
I've
that
never
one
rooted for anybody
Daytona
in
500.
NASCAR
I have.
because it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my fucking
I had
life.
one guy that I kind of liked. That was Carl Edwards. Because
Why?
he was a Columbia Mo native.
I'm
Used
an
to
Eric
run the
Jones
stadiums with
guy.
us.
What?
Really?
Carl Edwards, yeah, he'd come out and like run stadiums with the wrestling team.
Yeah. No, he worked
shit.
out at the Mizzou facilities and shit like that.
Yeah, he was a hardcore workout freak.
Carl Edwards was ripped.
Really?
His ESPN The Meg cover, dude, I'll never forget it.
Hugh Jack to it?
Well, he was jacked, so I had to
That's
I
not
had
what
to
he's
jack
asking.
to it.
But if you toss one off to him, that's fine. Like,
Yeah.
There's no judgment here. We
You
don't
jack for a jack.
Yeah, jack for a jack. UFC was this weekend too, Giorgio. How was that card for
Very
you?
limited. The fight that I was
fight
really
night
interested in got postponed. That was the Faziz Dos Anjos fight. I don't know why that got canceled. I didn't ever look it
No,
up.
they moved it to a pay-per-view.
Oh,
Yeah.
did they now?
It's the next pay-per-view.
Okay.
That'll be nice. But more interesting in that weight class is what's happening next weekend. Dan, if you want to tease them with our
Yeah,
boy
what do you
Bobby
got?
Green. Our boy Bobby Green.
Well, our boy Bobby Green, who's coming off a fight, dub 2 weeks ago, is going to fill in for Beneil Dariush, and he's going to fight Islam.
Which is the new Khabib for anyone out there who
He's
doesn't know what's going
Mini
on.
Khabib,
He's
yeah.
mini Khabib.
Well, he's the same size, but
So I'm a casual, right?
Yes.
I'm a casual fan. Even I know who Islam is, and
Yeah.
my money is all on him. What's
It's
the,
a safe bet.
What's the odds on my bookie?
like
Will you pull that
minus
up, Bob?
1,000. Yeah,
I think
Bobby
it's
Green's
minus
like
800.
a 5-1 underdog.
Yeah, but is your money going on there?
I think it's worth a sprinkle.
That's what I'm
Really?
talking about. So
I-
like we need to have a segment that's like something about the sprinkles because like Bobby Green is dangerous. Like everything inside me thinks he's going to lose.
He's gonna get his
But
ass
his
beat.
hands are down and
It's
he's
minus,
feisty.
it's minus 720 for Islam, plus 495 for Bobby Green.
Yeah. Bobby Green, though, maybe he comes out and does like a Masvidal flying knee and just tries to end it within the first 10 seconds.
I think you should stab him.
he should.
Yeah.
Where in the fucking rules does it say you can't stab a guy?
I've seen many martial arts movies with blades.
Yeah,
And
most
this is
of them.
mixed
Yeah,
martial
well.
arts.
It's mixed.
I would just say that use that defense when you go to trial.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would. But that'll I'm amped about that. Is that on pay-per-view?
No, it's
no,
a
it's-
ESPN Plus card.
No shit.
So it's free.
next
Hey,
weekend.
there we go.
It
So
was
that tells you how big of a sell Islam is.
It was supposed to be a number one contenders fight, is what we thought for the 155-pound belt. But
Islam's going to end up getting a title shot by not fighting anybody in the top 5.
that's all you need. All you need is the Khabib cosign, though. You just need Khabib to be like, this guy's good, and then you get a fast track to a title.
I think
He's lost.
Khabib would be even more popular if his dominance had started in the empty arenas where you could hear him talking shit the whole time.
Yeah.
Where he's like, "Hey, this is business."
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
punching a guy in the
I mean,
face.
they should for sure like
Mic
it
him
should be
up,
mic'd
yeah.
up constantly.
I've never heard anybody in any situation, even in my personal life, just straight, very methodically and calmly talking shit to somebody while they annihilated you.
Yeah.
I've never seen that happen
So
before.
that's
Well,
actually
also-
how he learned English. Was in the gyms. He would get shit talked to him, and that's how he learned how to speak English.
I appreciate that gay slurs were like in his first 20 words that he
Yeah,
learned
yeah.
in English. But like for real though, baseball. So football used to do that, right? You used to be able to get the hits real good, but then the concussion stuff started coming out, so they took that away. But baseball, especially on like ESPN and shit, they have a mic that is just there for the fucking bat. And like when you're watching on ESPN, it is bananas how loud the bat is. Why not do that so you can A, hear them, and B, make that fucking any hit sound brutal?
So the only place I've heard it in real life was at the Vegas Golden Knights Arena. They mic up the entire place.
Yeah.
So you can hear every fucking hit like that. It makes the game way more exciting. I
Yeah.
don't know why they don't do that at every
It's fucking
single
rad.
play. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I'm with you. I think that's what it should be. But yeah, with Islam, look, you're going to have a hard time roping in Americans for a guy named Islam.
Maybe, most likely. But to cover the rest of the fight, we saw Kyle Dawkins come back with a win. No one knows who that is. They know the heavyweight Dawkins, but Kyle's the younger cousin, I believe. We saw Joaquin Buckley get a win again. He's the guy who did that crazy spinning, like when he had his leg up in the air.
homeboy in his corner.
Yeah, he did.
The Dust dude. What's his name? The self-defense Detroit guy.
Yeah, he's done a video for us, for Dan and I. It's on Drinkin Bros Podcast Instagram.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why do we see that? Why doesn't no one always tell us about these things?
Really? It's
on
up.
the internet.
It got like 60,000 views, I think, on Facebook too.
Yeah, so he walked out with Joaquin Buckley and was cornering him. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
And
That's
it was great.
really fucking funny. You need more shit like that, though.
Yeah, make it more WWE.
Yes.
Like more porn stars, more rock stars, more internet celebrities.
It's great for the sport. Like, it gets the sport out there. If you're one of these
man.
born guys who isn't making enough money, let's go, dude. Throw a porn star in the
We
mix.
saw Jamal Hill just absolutely knock out
Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker
in
was
a
supposed
fashion
to be
that
the guy
I've never
to beat.
seen except for when Stone Cold Stunner used to hit The Rock with the stunner.
Yeah.
And The Rock would just kind of overact and just flip backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Johnny
he-
Walker did that in real life.
He bounced off the canvas.
That was the first time I had seen somebody knocked out, and it looked like it aged them by 20 years. There's a photo of him on the ground against the cage, shriveled up, and it looked like that hit took 20 years off of his life.
I mean, mentally, it literally
and he
did.
didn't even
Yeah.
connect cleanly. It was just kind of like top of his
A glancing
That's probably
blow.
worse.
temple.
Well, that's where you're gonna.
It's
if
not
you
the-
hit the temple,
But it wasn't 100%. He hit him like 40%.
It's not the
almost.
force that gets you. It's your brain not being prepared for the impact.
Right.
So a shot that you don't see coming is going to knock you out. Like you see guys just stare down punches and get punched in the face a bunch of times.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sad though because at one point in time we thought Johnny Walker was the guy to unseat John Jones. Like for a minute, this guy was a fast rising star in the UFC. He does the worm, blows his shoulder out, and then has been nothing ever since. And that's
The
just
worm
really,
is
really
what
depressing.
killed Johnny Walker.
It
Yeah.
killed his career.
Just doing the worm in the middle
Never
of the
celebrate.
No.
Never celebrate
No.
after a victory.
Yeah, Barry Sanders taught everybody this. Act like you've been there before.
Yeah. No.
Or Grammatica, the kicker.
Yeah, that was
big
bad.
fan.
He lost like
Martine.
2 seasons for that, right?
Yeah.
Well, I guess eventually his whole career.
When is Street Jesus fighting?
2
Him
weeks,
and Colby are
I
fighting
believe.
soon.
That's what I'm looking
It
forward to.
is
March.
March 5th. Yes, Colby Covington, Jorge Masvidal.
Where is it?
Oh,
Is it in Florida?
It
That
seems
has
like
to
the
be.
UFC is going from like Florida to Houston to Vegas.
They try to go to spots, where COVID's not really an issue.
Yeah. That fight, like, I'm amped about. But that's two names who aren't really
it's
fighting for a fucking title.
T-Mobile Arena.
Oh,
Vegas.
it's in Vegas.
in
Do we
Vegas,
make
yeah.
a trip back out to Vegas to see our boy Street Jesus?
No.
No, okay.
That's not getting you out to Vegas.
It's not getting me out to Vegas, no.
Just Connor.
I think it is.
No.
Just, that's all I'm down for.
I wouldn't pay any amount of money to watch Conor McGregor fight, unless he was fighting a wild animal that was going to murder him.
What about Nate Diaz?
No,
Really?
I don't care about that.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even watch Conor fight Jake?
No.
Oh, dude, that would be awesome. I'm in. I'm in for that, too.
Because my expectation would be that fight would be fixed. Because
Yeah.
I think all of Jake Paul's fights have been fixed.
I agree.
I will say, though, the Masvidal fight's probably going to go one way, and it's going to be Colby just dominating him.
Yeah, Colby's a much better fighter.
You could get some
than
good money on
Masvidal.
Colby right now, can't you?
Well, let's.
that
No,
is a great question. Go to
Colby's
my
probably
bookie.
like a minus 250 favorite, if I was to guess.
Is it that bad?
Yeah, I think
Does
Vegas
my
is
bookie
on
have
it.
odds up for it? They
Yeah,
usually
they
do.
probably do.
Yeah, they
It's
usually
the next
do.
UFC.
Man,
yeah, it's minus 350 in Covington.
Yeah, like
Ooh.
they're
That's not.
Shit.
3-1 favorite.
That's not even close.
No.
What's Masvidal fighting for anymore then? Just the name?
Money.
No, I mean he's a prize fighter.
Yeah.
Like he's a name.
He will
and
never be
people-
a title. He'll never be a title holder.
No, but either is Nate Diaz, either is Connor again. Like
Well, this is
these are just
interesting.
names that can sell pay-per-views,
So-
and like you just get paid. Like,
my
that's why you
bookie's
fight.
listing lines for possible fights now.
yeah,
Not even one. So Jared Cannonier versus Israel Adesanya.
That's going
Supposed
to
to, be
happen.
supposed to be the next one.
Well, we'll see, right? But Adesanya is minus 300. That I would not bet that.
No, Cannonier is not
He's
good
gonna
though.
get
Like
fucking
Whitaker
waxed.
wrecked Cannonier, and obviously Izzy just like, I mean it was a closer fight than the first fight, but Izzy,
Yeah.
that was I had it 4-1.
Izzy's turned into
Against
John
Whitaker.
Jones. He's going to be careful and win every fight from
Yeah.
now on.
Is he John Jones or is he more Anderson Silva?
We'll see, right? I mean, I guess he's more of Anderson Silva's body type and fight style, but the strategy itself is more John Jones. He's really careful about the strikes he throws now.
Yeah.
And I don't think Anderson was ever like that. I mean, he was careful about throwing strikes, but only because he was trying to trap.
I don't
not
know. He
because he was trying
worked
to win
Whitaker.
points. Yeah.
Pretty well.
Prochovska versus Teixeira.
Yuri,
That's
Yuri's favored, right?
Yeah, minus 180.
Glover Teixeira, he is champion, but he is
I would.
also like 50
Glover's a
years
good
old.
sprinkle there.
Yeah, and plus one. That's 1.5 to 1. Or yeah, so it's not bad.
Yeah, I think Glover's still underestimated, and I think this is a very similar fight than the one he had to Jan. Like he has to stay away from the danger punches.
Well, there's another one, Justin Gaethje, Charles Oliveira. It's Gaethje's plus 120 there. I think Gaethje probably has another 2 or 3 fight run in him. So this might.
if you can get Justin Gaethje plus money, that's probably always a good
Yeah,
bet to
but
take.
we just keep fading Oliveira, and he keeps boning us.
Which is the problem we've run into, unfortunately.
Oh,
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. Fuck, man. Other than that, I don't know who else is left that I really want to watch anymore.
Why?
You want
There's
to
a lot
watch
of good
John
fighters.
Jones go to heavyweight?
Yes. Like,
Well-
but that's not going to happen, is it?
It's happening.
I don't.
You think
I don't.
so?
I don't
John
want
Jones is
to.
going to fight Stipe Miocic for an interim
I'm
title.
all in on that fight. If so.
For sure, but like counting on John Jones to not do something off, like out of the
Outside the ring?
octagon,
Yeah.
you're asking for a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I think the UFC's got to reimagine what it's doing here. Nobody gives a fuck about who the top 15 fighters in each division are anymore. People want to see good matchups, interesting
Well,
matchups.
that's what they're doing, right? So like Dustin's going to fight Nate.
Sure. Yeah.
That's like a fight people are going to want to watch, and that's what they're doing with Masvidal. But again, it's just prize fighting.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah.
Like, get the names, get them
Yeah.
matchups.
But that'll get me in. Like, I'll do a live watch and watch that fucking fight.
I would watch Connor fight Masvidal.
Yeah, that'd be a
would
fun
get-
one.
Connor will get worked,
He's gonna get worked in any fight.
but
he's
Masvidal's so much bigger.
in. Connor's done.
I think so, too.
He will never win another fight in his life.
I think
No,
Conor
they'll give him-
Masvidal's a close fight, actually. I think it's a very fun, interesting fight. You guys are really kind of counting out Conor. Like, DP is world levels above him, but, like, I don't know. Him, Masvidal, Conor not cutting weight. I think it's very similar to that Cowboy Cerrone fight.
There's
Connor
also a lot of
doesn't have
fun
anything
fights
to
with
fight
Connor.
for.
There's a lot of fun fights with Connor where you can run back the Max fight.
Connor doesn't care anymore.
You have Max go up to
You're not
155.
gonna win unless you've got the fucking.
He cares about his ego,
Eye
though.
of the tiger.
But he's also
what I mean?
like swollen right now. He's like 190 pounds.
Yeah, he's on the juice.
All he cares about, he's famous, and he's like, people forget, like, he's from Ireland, so that's like being really fucking famous from Alabama, right? Like,
Yeah.
he is a god in
Yeah.
a
And
small,
he's worth
Yeah.
half $1 billion.
place.
I just don't think the desire's there anymore. I'll still pay for it and watch it, though, for sure. For sure. And that'll bring the ladies out as well.
If he was fighting to the death, I would watch. because I would love to see him die.
Chad Mendez was fighting to the death over the weekend.
Yeah, Mendez just knocked a guy cold over the weekend.
Bare knuckle boxing. Go and watch the highlights
Mike
of that.
Perry got a dub.
That fight was gnarly, dude. I love bare knuckle boxing.
Yeah, it's everything you ever wanted. It is entertainment.
Without the wrestling.
Yeah.
It's MMA without the fucking wrestling. It's great. It is fucking awesome. I just wish some bigger names would get into it, like Street Jesus. Put him in there. Back up the fucking truck, dude.
I don't know if they can afford him yet. Maybe when he's done.
It'd be so fucking fun, dude. It's so much fun to watch.
The problem is you can't get the extremely top-level guys to go over to it because it is still a circus.
Well, it's dangerous as fuck, dude. Like, I mean, you're going in there. The only thing you can do is just knock somebody out bare hands.
There's no evidence to suggest that bare knuckle boxing is more dangerous than MMA. Like, we don't have that data.
We don't.
No.
Someone died.
But I think it's a guess.
Didn't someone just die?
Yeah.
In bare knuckle boxing?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
but
think that's happening
people
in
die
MMA.
in boxing on a regular. Like,
Right,
but
you
I'm-
think it's rare, but it's not.
It's
No,
just
somebody
more
just died in boxing last year.
relevant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
But
But that fight was rad, by the way.
they just got to start dropping bags, right? So,
Yes.
I mean, if the UFC can't work out a deal with Francis, if bare knuckle boxing just signed Francis Ngannou,
Who the fuck is going to
So-
fight him bare knuckle?
God, that'd be a
I
blast.
just found this. Washington State University study found that people could generate almost 30% more movement when punching a heavy bag with boxing gloves in their bare fist and that there's less force in a bare knuckle.
What's the equation for force? Does anybody know?
Don't remember. No.
Mass
know if
times velocity squared.
Yeah.
So
E
mass
equals
is
MC
part of it,
squared.
right? It's not just about the hardness of your fist. It's definitely not.
No, you generate more. You generate more pushing power, but I don't know if it's more a devastating blow.
You don't generate as much force with your bare knuckles as you do with the bare knuckles with a glove on of any kind, because more mass equals more force. The end.
Right.
Lips get ripped off.
And
That's
you-
all I give a fuck about.
you don't
The
have to protect
knuckles
yourself.
cut you up. Tight
Yeah.
skin and bone cut you up. It does things too. Because I used to be in the camp where I was like, okay, maybe gloveless is safer, like because you can't throw crazy wild punches like in football. Maybe it's safer without the helmets. But after watching bare knuckle boxing, I think that's no.
You know what they call that?
What?
What they say? "'Tis but a flesh wound." All right.
Yeah.
So what? Your lip fell off.
Yeah, force is mass times acceleration. So mass is a big part of that.
Yeah.
Adding another pound, a 16-ounce glove in boxing or an 8-ounce glove in MMA or whatever it is, a half pound to that equation makes it exponentially more dangerous than
But-
just your
but-
fucking
but-
bare knuckles. I don't care about tearing skin.
Dan,
That's not what we're talking about.
I live under the assumption more cushion for the pushing, which
Yeah,
is
well, that's
inverse
about
of that.
fucking fat girls. It's not about getting punched in the face.
And I, by the way, watch bare knuckle boxing to see their faces ripped open. So, like, dude, I'm all in. I love it. I just want to
And
see
you've
bigger
seen
stars.
how many fights have you seen where one guy's bloody but he's clearly winning the fight?
A
Right.
lot.
Like
and
some-
bare knuckle boxing, a lot. Yeah.
Sometimes that's just about taking a punch at the wrong angle, but it doesn't actually do any damage to your brain. And that is the point of fighting with your fists, is to knock the other person's brain around so much that they pass out.
Also,
That's the point.
Visually, I like to see it.
yeah, some people have enough scar tissue built up, like Nate Diaz. If you just like blow on him,
Yeah.
he'll
He'll start bleeding.
It'll
Yeah.
start bleeding, yeah. But I like to see it. It's visually pleasing to my eyeballs to see someone's blood
Jake
squirt
Farm
out of their face.
Jake Farm in the chat says gloves more force, knuckles hurt more. Maybe he has a question mark at the end. Yeah, you might be right about that. It might challenge your toughness to get hit with bare knuckles instead of a boxing glove. But a boxing glove with the Mike Tyson hitting you with a boxing glove on and hitting you bare knuckles, you want bare knuckles more than the boxing glove. Honestly, that's just physics. It's how it works. Like, you're going to get your brain rattled more with the glove on because it's more weight.
Yeah.
We get that, right? Is everybody understanding how physics works now?
Sure, a little bit.
We'll bring Mike Tyson in. Well, actually, we'll bring Chuck Liddell
went
in.
to film
And
school.
he'll punch you in a fucking boxing glove, and then he'll punch you with no glove on.
Perfect.
And we'll see which one fucks up Bob more. Because Bob
He'll
is
do it.
Bob's obviously the guy we're doing this to.
Yeah,
Right.
and he'll do
that's
it.
fine.
You just have to consent on camera, and he'll do it. Like, he'll punch
And he
you.
just said
We have
that's
a few
fine,
forms
so
we
I
gotta
think
fill
we
out.
just got that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So we're
before,
doing
are you guys still doing the college basketball show?
Yeah.
How's that going?
What do you
Like,
mean?
how's college basketball going? I know that there's some pretty good games today. Ohio State's playing Indiana.
Yeah, I mean, we're in conference play, so
Yeah.
Ohio State at Indiana. I
No,
assume?
it's Indiana
No.
at Ohio State.
Okay, I like
Ohio
Ohio.
State.
I've been Ohio
Rutgers
State
has
on
weirdly been hot.
It's Ohio State minus 6.5. Oh,
That's a little
Indiana's
high.
lost like 4 or 5 in a row.
That's a little high, but
Ohio
I mean,
State lost on Saturday to Iowa.
I think
the
a
road?
better bet today. So Baylor at Oklahoma State, and it's Baylor minus 4.5. Oklahoma State's also lost like 4 out of the last 6.
The games are fine, but that's actually a good transition for what happened in the Michigan game this weekend.
Okay, yeah, let's hear about Juwan Howard.
So Juwan Howard's always been a piece of shit.
I don't know about that.
Always.
I don't think so.
Always been a piece of shit.
Right.
Dating back to the Fab Five days, he was always a piece of shit.
Was he the dirty one? Was he the dickhole?
Yes, dude. Everybody fucking hated that guy. So to see him slap a coach, and which, by the way, is not the first time either. He went after another coach,
Like
too.
mushed a guy's face.
Yeah, I'm not sure you can call that a slap. It's definitely not a punch. I don't
was
even
a
think
slap.
it's a slap. I think
It
it's
was
a
just a
grab
slap,
and
like
push. It's like a grab and push.
I think it was.
It looked like a
I think it
little
was
slap.
a failed kind of grab push that turned into a smack.
A little slap, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a bitch move anyways. If
Yeah.
you're going to swing on somebody, just start swinging.
Right.
Yeah. And one of the coaches from Wisconsin did the double crotch chop, which I loved.
The suck it.
Yeah, it was fucking great, dude. This is so good.
He's a D-Generation X, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
So, by the way, do you know how this all started? This is the dumbest shit of all.
I was watching the game. Go ahead.
Okay, so Juwan Howard was mad. I have to tell this almost like out of order. Juwan Howard was mad that the Wisconsin coach called
Greg
a timeout
Gard.
with a couple seconds left.
Well, it was like 20 seconds left, and they were up 15 or something like that.
Yes, they were up 15 to help his backups, because it was all backups in, break the press. Now, Juwan Howard is like, that's bullshit. Why would you call a timeout on the time? Like, you were up so much.
Because he's trying to coach his team.
Right, and here's
In
the
case they
thing.
need to know that skill for later.
no.
Why are you pressing
Why are you pressing down by 20?
with that much? Yeah, with that much little time left.
He was throwing a tantrum, and he got mad that the coach responded to his tantrum. That's what
Yes.
really happened. Yeah.
Fuck walk-ons. Press the shit out of them.
That's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine. But don't be mad when he plays.
Don't be mad when somebody calls a timeout.
Yeah.
Yeah, and tries to break the press. But that whole fucking thing.
He was
so
also
goddamn-
the only guy in the whole scrum with a mask on, which is like,
Yes, why?
Shut the
And
fuck
so
up.
all of Michigan is still wearing masks for some reason.
So here's
their whole team
Right.
in their stadium.
it's because
If
of
I-
their governor.
If I punch someone in the face if I just walk up to somebody and punch them in the face and they're not wearing a mask, but I am I the safer person still?
I think so, yeah, as long as you don't take your mask down.
Okay.
You
Well
can't
then,
take
But
your
then he
mask
did
off,
take his mask down. But I think Babylon B actually ran a story like Juwan Howard suspended by the NCAA for pulling his mask down. During the
Yeah. So, a serious question: what happens to him now? A lot of people are calling for a suspension for the rest of the season. What do you think, Bob?
man, I hope he doesn't miss the NIT.
Yeah, Michigan sucks.
Give him a half.
Yeah. Here's the thing, like,
Stephen A. thinks that he's going to get fired.
dude.
No.
First off, I don't think he'll get fired. 'cause
He's kind of legacy. I mean, not kind
he's
of,
legacy,
he's
and he
legacy there.
recruits pretty well and stuff
Yeah.
like that. That said, Michigan this year has been a disaster for them. Like, they were a top 10 or 15 preseason team, and
They
they're not
lost
even
to
gonna make,
UCF.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
not even going to make the fucking tournament now.
No, they won't.
So he is really not it's really actually like extra petulant that he did this during this type of season, right? Like, you don't have any fucking leash right now. Like, you suck right now.
But if
And
you do fire him, you know who's available?
Chris
John
Webber?
Beilein.
he can come back.
Just bring back Beilein.
Yeah.
Let's let Harbaugh coach both teams.
Speaking of which, Harbaugh just signed a deal.
7 years or something.
Re-upped.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Never
your
been more
your
amped.
fucking Christmas present.
Oh my God, dude! I jacked up I think 3 times that night.
Yeah.
As soon as I read that.
What's your punishment? You have to lose a game every 7 years?
Well, 8, because he quit for COVID.
Right.
Once that 30-point spread drops, they quit. But, yeah, with that whole Michigan program, look, they were supposed to be back. They're not back anymore. Juwan Howard's not the savior, it appears.
Well, he's not they were a basketball school. They had 2 Final Four or 2 championship game appearances
Under
or something
John
like that.
Beilein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Howard took over, and it's supposed to be smooth transition. Not so fucking much.
He's a bit of
not.
a hothead.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Like maybe do that in the NBA, but not in college.
Yeah.
Like, you just can't get away with that shit, man.
Because then you've got to hear the bullshit of, like, you're supposed to be a role
Well, you're the
model
only
for
adult
kids.
there. Yeah, you
right.
can't be getting into fights while your kids watch. This isn't fucking Little League Baseball, asshole.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're not Randy Marsh. Oh, I'm sorry, I thought this was America.
They should adopt the Little League baseball rule where you have to play everybody.
Oh yeah.
So then you have to figure out how you play your 12th man. The
love
kid
that.
that was like the
12th
team
man's
manager.
dad is the janitor for the team, and just like that's why you got a scholarship.
Yeah, but I will say this: coaching kids, even little kids, it's not that much different. Where you still hate the other coaches and shit, and you don't really know why. So when I watched it, no part of me is like, oh my God, I got to clutch my pearls.
Right.
It's fucking basketball. So like the people who are outraged by this on social media where they're like, I can't believe it. What? Why? Go to any little kids game versus a college game.
But that's what
They're still just as fucking heated.
And in regular season games, that's what every coach in every sport does. I got my second or third team in, and they're doing stupid shit. I'm going to call a timeout and give them instruction because you know what? When I'm in foul trouble in the tournament, and I need these guys to play. I need them to play this way, and I need them to know that that's how you play and do it in real time and not on the tape later.
Yes.
Like, and Juwan Howard's got to know that.
Yeah.
He's been involved in basketball for 40 years now, right?
And in a lot of blowouts. Because the Fab Five was great. They were smashing people back in the day. Mm-hmm. If you would have fucking pressed or gone up by 20 or whatever and called timeouts and all that other shit, like, I'm sure their coach did it a million fucking times.
But they produced two of the worst commentators in the history of basketball. Right?
Who's that?
Well, Chris Webber's terrible. At calling
I haven't
games.
seen him this year.
No, he's on TNT.
Is he still?
He calls the live games.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, he's terrible.
I think he's meh.
He says redundant shit the whole time, and then he tries to before they go to commercial every time. He tries, and that's why they fucking blah blah blah. He's been trying to develop a catchphrase for 20 years, and he's failed every single year. And then the other one is fucking Jalen Rose. Jalen Rose is the dumbest. Between him and Max Kellerman, they're two of the dumbest motherfuckers in all of sports entertainment. They don't know. Like Jalen Rose doesn't know shit. He is so fucking stupid. Everything he says is fucking stupid. God damn it.
I always wondered who was hitting that fucking hot-ass girl on Stephen A. Smith's show. Mm-hmm. I had no idea she was married to Jalen Rose.
Well, not anymore.
No, they got divorced.
Yeah,
They got divorced. But that girl was scorching hot. And it was like, who is she with? Oh, it's Jalen Rose?
I don't remember any scorching hot girl from any show.
Jalen?
The one with Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman.
First take?
Hot ass, yeah.
She's not hot. She's very fat.
Boy.
Like
I don't think it's the same
I don't
one.
think you're thinking of the
maybe
same
we're thinking
one.
of somebody else.
No, the hot Latina chick?
Yeah, Jalen Rose was also he was a decent NBA player.
He was.
wasn't bad.
He had a long career. All those guys did. Weber, I don't know, Juwan Howard?
Yeah, he was.
He played for a while.
I recall him being in a McDonald's
Howard,
commercial at some point.
He was he was on the Heat forever.
Yeah, he was on the
Juwan
media
Howard's
team.
like he scored his first 6 or 7 years in the league. He was like a 20-point guy.
He was the type of guy that was getting numbers on mediocre teams. Because in basketball, if you play fantasy NBA or whatever, honestly, it kind of behooves you to draft good players on shitty teams because unlike in other sports, somebody gets numbers on every team. In
Carl
the NBA.
Anthony Towns.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll switch on over to golf here. Delco Dan, you did not pick
Joaquin Neiman.
Joaquin Neiman.
I did not, but I picked 3 of my 4 top 20s hit.
You did.
So we are in the net positive for the week.
So there was a guy who bet $35,000 on Mr. Neiman to win.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Where'd you see that?
It was on another better site that I can't mention on this show.
Okay. I want to call those out.
Sure.
Those are photoshopped. Those are trash. Those are strictly for those websites to get more traction. Those are never real.
I'm glad you brought that up because I see them now every single Monday after the weekend is over. It's always on the same day. Mm-hmm. And I always wondered if they're real or if they're made up.
No. I remember, so I think there was another site that photoshopped one of these tickets the other day. And they forgot to take out the background of the check mark for the verified, it went through. Uh-huh. And it still had the background through the check mark, so it wasn't transparent and it was clearly photoshopped. They didn't even go through the effort to Photoshop correctly.
No shit.
Yeah. So these are all fake.
So let me ask you this: why are they doing it then?
So it just gives you. It's oh hey, remember our site? Look at this. Look at this crazy ticket. This person bet with us,
and it's
you
also
should bet with us.
It's always $10 to win $5,000 or $100 to win $500,000.
It's so fucking fake.
This one was pretty egregious. It was $35K. So
no one's betting. First off, all right, Joaquin Neiman. Over the past year, has been kind of trash. He's really super young, super talented. This course fits his eye. If he was playing a little bit better, he probably would have been on my radar. But he was okay in Saudi Arabia, but nobody paid attention to that tournament. He was top 10 in Saudi. I think top 10 in Torrey. But other than that, he's been kind of bad all year. And but he played.
He destroyed this course.
He had the lowest score through 36 holes. I think 54 holes too. So
okay.
Yeah, he destroyed Riviera.
So look, if you took the advice of Delco Dan's Dirty Golf Picks, the segment we do every week, you did pretty well. Like you said, you got 3 out of 4 in the top 20.
Adam Scott,
Yep.
Max Homa, and
I had Max Homa as well.
Matt Jones at almost 5-1 for a top 20. He hit.
Yeah, he hit. I didn't bet on that. I
He
only
went
took Max
eagle,
Homa.
birdie, both chip-ins on 17 and 18 to get in the top 10.
Oh, really?
That was huge on Sunday.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
What's the golf tournament this weekend?
This week we have the Honda, which is, it sucks.
Okay.
It fucking blows. It's the start of the Florida swing. Literally, so this like incredible run of golf. Everyone's been playing. The field for the Honda is so bad. But this is kind of one of the weeks where you can get somebody at like 100-1.
Yeah, I was going to say, aren't the odds better?
Odds are going to be great.
Okay, great.
So this is going to be a week that probably somebody random's going to win. And I have some. I'm looking at. We'll
Yeah, we
get you
usually
the picks.
drop it on Tuesday or Wednesday.
We'll get you the picks tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll get them out. I'm in. Last but not least here, we'll finish it up with baseball. Is this lockout going to end? Do you guys foresee the season starting? Because right now, it should be pitchers and catchers at spring training. We don't have that. The games, spring training-wise, have been pushed back already. Is there going to be any spring training whatsoever?
Yeah, I think they'll get it settled this week, actually.
There literally has to be spring training. So the question would be like, is it later or not? Because they can't.
Well, yeah, but I think they're going to have a truncated spring training that begins next week or the week after, probably.
Yeah.
Actually, it'll be the week after, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Are they close to a deal? Because I haven't heard anything.
They're going like, it's like all-nighters every day this week type of situation.
Yeah.
Like
They'll have a deal before the end of this week, if I had to guess.
No shit.
They can't afford a work stoppage.
Yeah. And if not, I mean, that's not even the most interesting thing going on in baseball right now. The Tyler Skaggs trial is the most interesting thing.
Holy shit, dude. So I wanted to ask you about that.
Half the people in Major League Baseball are just on fentanyl, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Matt
Harvey.
Yeah.
That was a stunner.
Fentanyl?
Yeah, fentanyl.
Well, they're trying to take painkillers
Yeah.
and shit.
And the guy for the Angels went down, so he was convicted. He's looking at a minimum of
one of the
20
trainers,
years.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
For
about
supplying him with the pills.
that. Yeah.
Well, no, it's a minimum of 20 years
Eric,
in that case.
It's
K.
their communications director, Eric K., which is kind of a weird person to be your drug guy.
Mule.
Well,
Yeah.
apparently he was doing drugs with Skaggs, and that was his drug buddy, I guess. So he was getting some for him, some for Skaggs, and
Yeah, it's funny. We like this is how it works. Someone famous dies from it, and they try to make an example out of a middleman instead of, I don't know, securing the fucking southern border of the country, while the thing causing the most death between 18 and 45-year-olds in this country right now are fentanyl overdoses over the last 2 years. 80,000 people have died from it. And we're going to try to fucking put Eric K. in jail for 25 years because he gave some to his buddy when he was also doing it, instead of closing down the fucking southern border. It's fucking retarded. This whole thing is fucking retarded.
I would actually like to hang a mission accomplished banner above Eric K's cell
Yeah.
for the entirety of his.
We did it, Joe.
fucking
We
heck,
did
dude.
it.
Crazy. And then Juan Soto turned down $350 for 13
That's
years.
not even close to what he's
as well. He should.
What do you think he's going to get?
I think he's going to get 12 years, fucking probably $460 million, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Will be the.
He's
that'll
only
be the-
23.
Yeah.
Shit.
I think it'll be
super
12 years, 460. That's my guess.
Yeah.
young. God damn it.
I hope they
dude.
pay him as much as they fucking can. I want the Nationals to tie up all their money in Juan Soto.
Yeah. Being a Braves fan, absolutely.
Yeah, but I mean, Soto's worth it. Soto is, I think, the next Albert Pujols, and I mean that like really literally. Like,
Yeah.
he's not as good defensively as Albert Pujols, and he could play first base at some point soon because Zimmerman's retired now.
Yeah.
But like, he's just like everything Pujols was in terms of like just a big fucking dude with big thighs who just like hits everything and like hits it really fucking hard. But he also looks like the type of guy to me who, yeah, you can give him this contract because he's 23. So you can give him 12 years and let him play to 35. And then I think he is going to be a fucking like poorly built Frankenstein from 35 on. Just like dead body parts connected to each other.
All right.
And then before we go, can we just talk about how clearly cash poor Phil Mickelson is right now?
Is he?
It seems that way because, all right, so there's a book coming out right now that Alan Shipnuck is writing about Phil Mickelson. And some quotes came out this week where he was essentially saying he was using the Saudi Arabian government and with the Super Golf League as leverage to get a better deal with the PGA Tour to get paid more.
Oh, I'll give you the exact quote.
Oh, the quote is hilarious. Do you have it?
Yep, I have it up.
Yeah.
This is what Phil Mickelson said about negotiating with the Saudis on a new golf league or whatever.
Which he also had his lawyers write the operating agreement for.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is Phil Mickelson, verbatim. They're scary motherfuckers to get involved with. We know they killed Khashoggi and have a horrible record on human rights. They execute people over there for being gay. Knowing all of this, why would I even consider it?
Yeah.
Because this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to reshape how the PGA Tour operates. So it's essentially like, yeah, they cut off gay guys' heads for being gay.
Yep.
But imagine what we can do for golf.
Yeah, golf is bigger than Khashoggi being
Human
chopped
rights.
up into pieces.
So this comes out over the week.
Yep.
And everyone connected to the Saudi Golf League immediately is like, yeah, no, we're out.
Gone.
Bryson out.
released a statement.
DJ out.
Yeah.
Bubba Watson out. All these guys that were connected to it now are just like, eh.
You got to wonder if the PGA paid Phil to say that.
I swear to
Or
God.
if it's Hanlon's razor and they're just counting on his own stupidity. and
Phil
incompetence.
is, I think, really dumb.
I
here.
don't know. I'm with you. I think somebody paid him to say it because it's so fucking crazy.
Well, that's the thing, too. There's other quotes, too, even crazier than that, where he's like, do I want the Saudi Golf League to work? I don't know if I do, but I want to use them.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You're going to use the Saudi Arabian government as leverage.
Why not? Why not?
Something's up with like his taxes in the IRS. He owes a lot in gambling debts. A lot's going to come out in this book by Shipnuck, which I'm not a big
Is
fan.
it authorized or not authorized?
I don't know, because Shipnuck has actually written about me once, and I wasn't super pumped about like how he portrayed me.
What?
Yeah,
In what?
with the page stuff. But
Oh, no shit.
Mickelson's made between endorsements and career earnings. He's made about $100 million in career earnings. He's made about $800 million total.
he's close to a Billy.
Like, how
Yeah.
could you fucking have money trouble at that point?
He has a lot. Like, he sold his fucking jet a few years ago, which he loved. It was like his second. His like, he treated his jet like a son.
Yeah.
And he sold that because he has like crippling gambling addictions. He hates paying income tax. He always tries to find loopholes.
Well, we all hate
Oh,
paying
yeah.
taxes.
True, but like he owes a lot to the IRS. There's a lot of money that he is cash poor.
That would be fucking insane if he's cash poor.
Yeah.
Like if Phil Mickelson is cash poor, we're all fucked.
Because he's acting like a man who does not have money.
Yeah. These decisions and statements are fucking nuts.
He's burning every fucking bridge with every play. Hey, he was supposed to be the captain of the Ryder Cup coming
Yeah.
up. That's not going to happen now.
No.
Especially not after this bullshit.
No, not a prayer.
But you know, there's another way to gamble. It's like start your own business. That's a gamble.
Yeah.
Because you don't know if it's going to work or not.
We tried with the Saudi.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. You can gamble at mybookie.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros. Double your deposits.
And you know what? He's probably not super. You know who's not probably pumped with him right now is the Trumps, because the Trumps were connected to the Saudi Golf League, and they're going to do a bunch of their tournaments at Trump courses.
in Saudi Arabia?
No. So it was going to be an American, like for the American circuit, they were just going to hit all of the Trump courses.
Gotcha.
Wait, can I quote Dan from the Shipnuck article about Paige Sporanic?
Yeah.
Go
Let's do it.
Okay. So,
you found
unbeknownst to Sporanic, a friend sent a photo of her to Dan Regester, a writer and commenter for TFM Girls, an Instagram account associated with Total Frat Move. I get thousands and thousands of submissions, Regester says. Usually it's just college girls who want to pick up a few hundred followers. Pretty much every girl sends in an ass shot or pictures of their boobs. These are published words.
Yeah.
Or both. Honestly, at some point, it all starts to look the same.
That is true.
There it is.
That did happen.
But the picture of Paige was just a photo of her face. It caught me off guard. She had a nice smile, and there was something kind of sweet and wholesome about her. So I checked out her Instagram account, and I could see she was serious about golf. Blah, blah, blah. Regester wrote a cheeky love letter to a woman with whom he had never corresponded. He posted it on Total Frat Move, along with a handful of pictures of golf-centric videos ripped from Sporanic's Instagram feed. Her life and the stodgy world of golf would never be the same.
It gets further on. It gets down. He kind of makes me kind of seem almost scummy, but whatever.
He made you seem scummy from the get-go.
Yeah,
I feel like.
right. At the top.
I mean, I'm on your side, but that was a great quote. I've had bad quotes and things too, or quotes I didn't think would make it in that did.
Right.
I feel you on
Yeah,
that.
it's not great.
Yeah.
You guys don't wear headphones throughout the show, but Giorgio's the real MVP today.
Just
And
playing the sounds.
I just want you to know that. I want you to know that. And then breaking news here to lead us out. Medina Spirits stripped of the Kentucky Derby victory.
Go to drinkinbros.com and look up that shirt that we made.
Yeah, it's true.
There's a picture of Medina Spirit fucking snorting cocaine, and I think just to memorialize his or her life and contribution to society.
R.I.P. So Baffert only got suspended for 90 days, which, if memory serves me correct, that should put him right on time for the Kentucky Derby, I think.
Are we going to go
Kentucky
this year?
Derby is the first week of May. How do you beat last year is the question. Like,
I don't know. There were so few people there.
God damn it. It was
It was
magic.
Pretty, yeah, it's pretty nice.
Front row, box.
You literally were on the cover of magazines, Ross.
Yeah, I was on the cover of the New York Times.
Wait, you guys did? I still don't understand. You did the Canelo fight and Kentucky Derby in the same.
Yeah, it was back-to-back weeks.
Yeah, because
Yes,
it's usually the
back-to-back
same
weekends.
Typically, it's the same weekend.
Yeah. Because usually every big
Cinco de
boxing
Mayo.
match they do a Cinco de Mayo. They didn't do it for some reason.
There you go.
Yeah, boom, there it is.
Pop it up
Look
on
at
the.
that.
R.I.P.
Look at
There we go.
that. R.I.P.
I definitely like it in a crew neck hoodie too.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
nice.
loves
that's
a good
just a
crew neck.
That's a crew neck sweater, not a hoodie.
Well, all sweaters are hoodies.
Yeah, but nope.
No.
Time is the
Gotta
flat
have a
second,
hood
guys.
on them.
Nope.
Gotta have a hood on them, Giorgio.
Not anymore. It's 2022.
Yeah.
Usually the hood needs the eyes cut out too, so you can see out of it.
Yes.
But that's just for practicality. It's not. We're not trying to make a statement.
Obviously.
No, that sweatshirt identifies as a hoodie.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Proud of you, Giorgio. MVP today.
We're all done here.
MVP today. Go to mybookie.com, promo code Drinkin' Bros, double your deposits. Bet with us or against us. And Delco Dan will be back with his picks this week for golf. And then, Giorgio, are you guys doing a UFC show this week? Is it worth it? Is it worth it?
We'll do
No.
it for a pay-per-view.
Pay-per-views only.
Okay. All right. I didn't know if it was big enough. For D'Anthony Holloway, Delco Dan, Bobby Three Sticks, Papa Giorgio, I'm Ross Patterson. This is the Monday Morning Recap. Good morning, everyone.